This feels historic to me. One of the richest men in the world, if not the richest, who runs one of the most influential companies in the world, going to space. There's a lot of upside to this, but also a lot of risk.
Well, the risk is non-trivial, but, 52 years ago from the launch date, meaning in July, when Jeff Bezos was 12 years old, he was in Texas with his grandfather watching those launches that led to the lunar landing, the landing on the moon. And ever since then, he's wanted to do it. You have two major sectors here competing. One, as you said, is the Virgin Galactica Blue Origin, Branson and Bezos, for suborbital tourist flights. That'll take you up 340,000 feet and bring you right back down for that flight. The other is what totally different is what Elon Musk is doing, which is shooting commercial payloads, including this week one for Sirius FM satellite into orbit, and has taken passengers to the International Space Station. So in this tourism market, it's a great race, and Bezos, by doing it himself with his wonderful brother Mark, is sort of at least taking the lead in public perception of space tourism.
Do you think he knew he was going to do this when he decided that he was going to step down from the CEO role this year?
I mean, I do not know, but since I'm with you, I'll take a guess, which is yes. I think he knew he was going to do it as soon as he could safely do it. And I think he's been dreaming about this maybe for 52 years, but certainly for more than 50 weeks.
So, Walter, when we talk about Jeff Bezos 50 years from now, 100 years from now, are we going to talk about him in the context of Amazon? Or are we going to talk about him in the context of space?
I think Amazon and all that he's done, multiple industries, but transforming that will probably be the most memorable thing. I think space tourism will be a fun thing. I think he has to create a commercial space outlet that would compete with Elon Musk's, SpaceX, if he really wants to go down in the annals of history as having, made humans an interplanetary species, to use Elon Musk's words.
Well, hey, Walter, that was something I was going to ask about, because they almost are approaching this in completely different ways, and yet, ironically, are actually doing something that's almost the opposite of what they say their ultimate intent is, which is to say that Elon Musk oftentimes talks about multiplanetary systems, trying to create an escape valve for humans to live on all of these other places because he's worried about what's going to happen to Earth. Jeff, on the other hand, says the opposite. He actually says, look, I want to put all the materials, if you will, the manufacturing, everything, on other planets so that we can all live on Earth in the best way possible. And yet what they're doing is he's going to space. People are going into space on Bezos's rockets. And in a way, the satellites are going out into space, and other materials, manufacturing materials and the like, are going up on Elon's rockets.
Well, yeah, but Musk's SpaceX has also taken passengers to the International Space Station. I think the first time in a couple of decades that the U.S., and in this case a private company, SpaceX, has launched a flight taking humans into orbit and then into the International Space Station. We've been, ever since the space shuttle shut down, we've been depending on Russian rockets to get to the space station. And I think that when you look at Starship, this amazing thing that Musk is building in East Texas, that has the capacity at some point to take 100 people up into space, not just as tourists, but first of all, there'll be the Dragon capsule that'll take people to the moon. But then eventually in the next 20 years, at least some forms of mission to Mars.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.